My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Slay the Spire. Now, over in the statistics, it's now just saying 189 out of 189, so I have no clue what it actually was that I was missing. There was a bunch of suggestions in the comments that it was the new status card given to you by the Awakened one, the Void, but I had seen that, I thought, before I checked and saw that I had only 188 out of 189. But you know what? All of that is now cleared up. So it is time to play the video game. Now, I'm really intrigued to try and do an Ironclad deck since the upgrades to the cards. Or rather, the updates to the cards, changing Reckless Charge to, instead of grant vulnerability to you, to put a Dazed into your deck. While maintaining its 0 cost for a relatively high damage output. And the Immolate, also putting a burn status in your deck. Dazed is also a status, so these are all statuses that you put in your deck, making them work in a Evolve deck archetype. I'd really like to try and get that going, because it's been a very long time since I've actually utilized the Evolve, and they've updated it. I mean, I've got to try. Ooh, yeah, obtaining a curse for transforming 2 cards could end up with 3 bad cards in my deck. So let's not go with that one. Early shop. There is an early shop. There's a shop before an elite, or there's an elite before a shop. And then there's a later shop as well. So I could use that for removals, or I could use that to pick something up. You know what? I'm going to go with the safe option of 100 golds. The only other option I really would have considered there was the swap of a boss relic. So here, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to prevent the last in the back line from hitting me at all with the Spit Web, because it has 20 on its defense. Really nothing I could have done about that one. But we get to kill it this turn. Beautiful. Well, time to go for the Evolve deck archetype. So this is what you use for that, right? Because you don't want to draw into a burn or a dazed and then, great, now your hand is garbage. So instead, Evolve allows you to draw another card on top of that. So as long as you don't hit your maximum hand limit, you replace the cards that you previously would have dreaded drawing. However, the upgraded version of this actually accelerates the draw on top of that. It replaces it and gives you another one, which does mean you'll reach your maximum hand capacity if you put too many of those pesky status effects into your deck. Good. Just got to turn the light on my keyboard off. Alright. Double striking, we're dead now. Should I really take anything that isn't a status affecting? Yeah, because I don't want to take power unbound, power within, power... What's it called? It's 1 energy for add 2 wounds to your hand and get 15 block. The reason I don't want to take that is because if I put too many wounds in my deck, because those don't burn themselves when they get drawn, like Dazeds do, that will mean that eventually I'll start overdrawing my hands with the Evolve. Unless I have a particularly thick deck. And we all know, as much as I might try and commit to building a thick deck, it's just not in me at the moment. I've gone from like a super combo-oriented playstyle to a super defensive playstyle, to a super aggressive playstyle, to switching back and forth between the 3 depending on what build I have. I still can't do thin. I'm trying. I really am, but it's difficult for me. I'll take a Shrug It Off as a defensive option. To upgrade a card, we probably should upgrade the Bash because we don't have offensive options yet, and we don't even have anything to combo with the Evolve yet. We don't want to get into a situation where we're fighting an elite, which is going to happen in 2 spaces time, and we don't have any offensive upgrades, but we have a lot of defensive upgrades, because there are elite battles that are just damage races, and you do not want to be fully defensive in those. You'll just lose. I like the new Carnage a lot. Do I like it enough to put it in this deck? Clash obviously can't go in this deck because I'm going to put statuses in this deck. Body Slam probably can't because I'm only going to be going with Shrug It Off and Defense and then relatively aggressive Evolve deck. I could take Carnage effectively just as an option to allow me to hunt an Elite. Although I could probably still, because this is only a 2 Elite path, I could probably still just kill an Elite without a Carnage. All right. Let's remove a strike. Yeah, this one's the damage race. That's unfortunate. Just going to play the Evolve to get it out of my deck so that I don't shuffle back into it. The Block Potion was only going to save me 10 HP, whereas I'm pretty sure, yep, on a turn like this, I can get it to save the full 12. Since it's a damage race, I did have to throw all of my attacks in there. Damn it, that's literally the only card I didn't want to draw. If I drew any other card, it would have just helped me thin down the deck that I was about to draw into, and I would have been pretty happy about it. So that's why I took the risk. Thankfully, my deck's thin enough that it didn't really matter too much. All right. Paper Frog, enemies with vulnerability take 75% more damage rather than 50% more damage. So now that upgrade on the Bash, giving it an extra turn of vulnerability, is way more powerful for us. See, there's Power Through. It's called Power Through, actually. It is, however... You know what? Maybe we take 1 copy. Yeah, let's do it. Lagavulin is the worst here. See, when it's Lagavulin, the Lagavulin doesn't start with its attacking phase. It starts with its Siphon Soul. So you are in a really disadvantageous position against the Lagavulin here. All right. Thankfully, due to the upgraded Bash and the fact that I have the... Sorry, the upgraded Bash, the fact that I have the Paper Frog and the fact that I have the Power Through to defend myself, I should mostly be okay here. You can see that I'm starting to get towards my maximum hand size and most of them are wounds. So this is exactly what I was trying to avoid, by the way, when I said that I didn't want to get too many wounds in my deck. And that's why I didn't want to draft Power Within. Power Within. It's not Power Within, Rhapsody. This is not a Pyromancer speedrun through Dark Souls 1. Yeah, it's pretty essential that I use the second attack there. Because I need to basically draw my kill next turn. Yeah, there it is. And it relied on having 2 attacks this turn. Beautiful. Centennial Puzzle, the first time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards, as well as Reckless Charge. Hell yes! Deal 7 damage, shuffle a Dazed into your draw pile. Now, Dazed is something that I really want to shuffle into my draw pile because while the wounds don't exhaust themselves, the Dazeds are ethereal, so I can shuffle as many as I like in. I am going to eventually reach a maximum hand limit, but that's not that bad for me. Okay, let's go to his shop. Is Fiendfire amazing? Maybe Fiendfire is incredible in this deck. Because eventually, due to the Power Through and the Evolve, I'm just going to have a full hand. And that's where Fiendfire really shines, if you just have a lot of cards. And you know what? Let's go Fiendfire Juzu. Yeah. I mean, this early in the game, Juzu Bracelet is pretty ridiculous. Regular enemy combats are no longer encountered in question mark rooms. So this is an exhaust, aggressive status evolve deck? Oh, all of those words feel wrong coming out of my mouth. We do need to upgrade the Fiendfire pretty much as soon as possible here. Alright, just double strike or a Fiendfire or anything like that. There we go. Bye-bye forever. Give me that money back. I could take a True Grit so that I can start exhausting things, but I really don't think I do. I think I use Power Through and shrug it off as my main armor generation and then eschew all other defense, just go for aggression. Here I might need to rest, but at the same rate, with that Fiend Fire, I think if I upgrade it, I'm actually going to save more HP. Right, we'll remove a... Usually, now I have been told, that you don't remove cards in a deck that runs Exhaust. However, I feel like that wouldn't be true in a deck that has the ability to generate its own cards, like the Power Through and the Reckless Charge, because you're generating not only draw off of them, but you're also generating extra cards to exhaust through, so you don't actually run out of cards. I really want to get to my Evolve and my Fiend Fire early, so that's why I want to burn another card out of my deck. Not a great fight for me to be in. I could Fiend Fire to just burn one of them out of existence, but these are all important cards. So instead, I'll pretty much just set myself up for the future. Oh, they're going to put Daze in my deck as well. Hell yeah. Thanks, my dudes. Yeah, it's a hand. Beautiful. Now, I can only kill one of you with the Fiend Fire. But that will actually burn out all of my aggressive cards, right? Save for this Reckless Charge, so I can't do that. Because if I use the Fiend Fire, I'm actually losing all of my aggressive cards except for the Reckless Charge. So I am going to take damage this turn. Yay. Not too keen on that. Literally everything left in my deck is defensive. Yep, that's a Rhapsody draw for you. Should be able to afford to lose those. We will lose 2 more HP, but it'll give me the ability to draw through the entire rest of my deck this turn. So now I just need to get defensive card. I was going to say defensive cards plural this turn, but I just got the one. Alright, good. And that's murder! I mean, come on. It wasn't even close. Ginger, you can no longer become weakened, as well as a lot of other stuff I don't particularly want. I actually kind of want Cleave as an AoE, because I don't really have any AoE yet. Alright. That worked out pretty well. Second Reckless Charge, sure. Now here I pretty much have to rest. This guy's going to put Burns into my deck, which is actually going to help me in the long run at the very least. Come on. There's the Evolve. Unfortunately, I got both of the Dazed at the same time. Be a bit rough. 15 free block this turn. Don't mind if I do. Doubly is reckless. Alright, one good hand with a Fiend Fire should kill now. I think we're gonna draw it. Oh no, wait, you're no longer vulnerable. Great. Perfect turn for you to lose that vulnerability. Come on. Let's 2 wounds, 2 burns in there. There's a Fiend Fire. Should still use it. 17 per card by 6. 17 by 6 is 42 plus 60. All right, that's lethal. Boom. Yep, 102. As much as I assumed. I think it's none of these. I don't think we can really afford to slow ourselves down to play a demon form. Although it would mean our Fiend Fire would do a lot more damage, I think the turn that we play the demon form in a normal fight is just going to kill us. It's definitely not Juggernaut. I don't even think it's Barricade. I think it's none of those. Oh, it's 1000% Mark of Pain. Start with 2 wounds in your draw pile. Yes, please. That's actually a benefit atop a benefit for me. We need to upgrade that Evolve as soon as possible. Alright, 3 elites on the left-hand side and a bunch of question marks, but there's actually 3 elites and a bunch of rests on the right-hand side, so what do I want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 question marks, and I have the Juzu bracelet. That is ridiculous. I have to go for that. If in some fashion I can get my Evolve to ever show up earlier, I'm going to be really happy about that. Because right now, it's always just a wee bit late. This Fiend Fire should kill. Oh, it's 1 damage short. You bastard. At least I'm still going to have a lot of defense this turn. Let's just fully defend ourselves. We'll wait for the Fiend Fire. Enemy's not getting more defended this turn, so it's okay. Now we can kill you. Body Slam Armaments Havoc? The Armaments is upgraded. I think I'll take it. I think I'm going to have difficulty upgrading a lot of my cards, so having an Armaments just sat around waiting to do that for us seems good. I want to take a Thunderclap because I want application of vulnerability in AoE. Yeah. And also we benefit from it courtesy of the Paper Frog, the extra damage on top of a vulnerability. Shuriken, every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. Perfect. We have a lot of low-cost attacks in those reckless charges. For example. I mean, I was only getting 1 kill that turn anyway. I think it's quite likely I still draw into lethal, even if I fully defend here. Just based on my read of the deck. Yeah, we're fine. Beauty. No thank you on those. Appreciate the offer, though. I don't want to put a curse in my deck because I don't actually have exhaust synergy like an Immolate or an old Immolate. The new Immolate isn't even exhaust synergy, right? So I don't actually benefit from curses in any way. And also, clogging up my opening hand is going to make it much. I mean, it's going to make it more annoying to get to our Evolve, which is the key piece of this deck. Because then the Evolve activates the Fiend Fire. Speaking of... What? The Reckless Charge does 10 damage on its upgraded version? That's actually kind of low. Gotta be honest, I'm a wee bit disappointed there. Alright, Thunderclap in the next hand, please. There it is. Double strike just to get our strength. Again, got another piece of strength there. With a good draw, we could actually kill with a Fiendfire this turn. Needed the curses. The curses, the wounds, rather. I mean, it's 21. It's not enough. If I throw in the poison potion, I can kill this turn. Let's do it. I'm going to take a lot of damage this turn if I don't, so... Worth. Toxic Egg. Whenever you add a skill card to your deck, it is immediately upgraded. Thank you. I could add a single Warcry without making a negative impact on the deck. Now, let's get that Evolve upgraded. Pretty damn important for us. This is going to be a fun fight for us. Sure. Put wounds into my deck. See if I give a lemon-scented fuck. My bad. Trying to swear less. See if I care. Fiendfire should kill. That's exactly the kind of turns that we're trying to set up. Tori, beautiful. Whenever you would receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage, reduce it to 1. Offering is ridiculous. It is insane. It is too good. Oddly smooth zone at the start of each combat. Gain 1 dex. Don't mind if I do. Good Evolve. Warcry. We'll put the wound back on top, but it'll extra draw cards anyway because we drew the wound initially, and that triggered the Evolve. Actually, just gonna hard defend here. We can't be weakened. You put wounds in my deck. Like, we're actually better off. And this will get us into... Yep. Ooh, Thunderclap Cleave is pretty insane for us. Hell yeah. We're actually going to perfect this fight. Goodbye forever. Old coin, gain 300 gold. Don't mind if I do. We'll take none of those, though. And next, Smith. I'm going to get that Thunderclap so that if I draw it early before the armaments, I'm still pretty happy. So I'm still a wee bit low on area of effect damage. Alright. Beautiful offering. Gets us a ridiculous amount of cards. And then just murder. Red Mask at the start of each combat. Apply 1 weakness to all enemies. Rupture whenever you lose HP from a card, gain 1 strength. I think that happens exactly once, courtesy of the offering, so we won't take that. Battle Trance, we already have way too many cards in hand at pretty much all times, so... Again, thanks, but no thanks. Calipers at the start of your turn, lose 15 block rather than all of it. Now putting a Feel No Pain in this deck would make me feel pretty good about it. Move another card. Let's get another one of those basic-ass strikes out of there. And we'll also upgrade the Cleave. This Armaments is now looking worse and worse as I keep getting really good opportunities to upgrade. Heck yes. I'm not going to Fiendfire here. Like, that's just pitiful. Alright, so these orbs are going to try and take stuff from my deck. So basically, my goal is to... Oh, gosh. Really? You took something amazing, and you're the one that I didn't even start hitting yet. Grumble. How I feel about that. Right. We'll kill that backliner. Now I get to offer. Then kill you to get a dazed back into my hand. Oh, finally. Basically, I'm just trying to use this phase to train up my shuriken a bunch. I should probably get those wounds out of my deck right now. As much as I didn't really want to Fiend Fire yet, that was going to make our deck really clunky if I left it like that. And I think courtesy of just our upgrading strength and our ability to draw into consistently good hands, we should still be able to do the do here. Well, look, we're playing Shrug It Off regardless, right? Because we only have 3 energy worth of attacks this hand. At no point were we going to be fully defending here. We got pretty close to the kill. If we used the strength potion earlier in that fight, we would have been able to get that done. We may have actually been able to use it at a certain point in that final turn as well. None of these. We can take the Cursed Key, and almost certainly should. We want the extra energy. Is that true? Is that true? Yeah, it still is. We end up drawing a lot of cards. Okay, so we only have 1 power in our deck that we actually play, so we're fine against the final enemy on this floor. It's a 4 elite path. The reason I'm going for the elites, by the way, in this specific circumstance, is actually just so I can get a higher score. It really doesn't matter to me the relics they give to me, right? I'm kind of relying, in fact, on the relics they give to me being garbage. Because if I was relying on the quality of the relics that I get given, then I already lost the run a while ago. Oh, goodbye. Just trying to get a higher end score bonus. Flex at the same time as a Fiend Fire is actually pretty ridiculous. 4 extra damage on every single part of it. Damn near too easy. I kind of even don't want to Fiend Fire here. You know what it is? It's I want to leave a couple things behind and then Fiend Fire. That's what it is. Okay, now I can Fiend Fire the back line. Cool. That's another thing that the extra energy is giving me the ability to do. Play a bunch of cards and then Fiend Fire so that I don't burn all of the cards in my deck. Yeah, that's pretty much how I saw that going anyway. Magic Flower, healing at 50% more effective during combat. That is only going to affect our Burning Blood by giving us 3 more HP at the end of each combat. We don't need a second Evolve, we don't need a Havoc, and we don't need a Burning Pact. Like, this is more draw. We already draw way too much. This is nothing for us, not really. We don't have any way to tutor anything to the top of our deck, and if it burns a wound, then fine, but I kind of would have preferred to draw that so I could just use it as draw energy, and then we don't want too much draw energy, and we definitely don't want too many powers against the final enemy on this floor. for reference, the Awakened one punishes you when you put too many powers in play. You know what? We're going to drink a Swift Potion here. There we go. I only just realized the days that this guy is about to put into my deck, I want there. Mm-hmm. Because of things like that. Boom. Got him. Exhume. Well, that's now interesting. It's a way to get a Fiendfire or an Offering back. Hell yeah. It also immediately upgrades upon being placed in our deck, courtesy of our Toxic Egg. Speaking of things that immediately upgrade when put in our deck, courtesy of our Toxic Egg, Madness. Choose an attack card to be in your opening hand. My opening hand is usually, like, I actually don't care what it is. I just care if I get Evolve early. I don't have an attack that draws. You know, we probably just take Gaia. Look at this. This is my first card removal in a store. Wow. That's a very non-Rhapsody thing. I'm actually also going to take the Strength Potion, because Strength Potions in the final fight are bonkers. Actually, I could spend all of my money here, because I'm literally never going to be at a shop again. So, let's also take the Bronze Scales. That's about it, though. All right. Well, that was a garbage hand, and I didn't manage to get down to my Evolve. Burp. Let's exhume our Offering here so that I can try and get enough defensive cards here. Beautiful, we're defended. Now my goal is to play as many attacks as is humanly possible. And make sure that I get vulnerability applied. Again, as much as is humanly possible. I was hoping to draw into something else, so that's why I didn't play the armaments first. I was clearing my hand. This is really annoying. We're going to get all of our really, really effective Nemesis killing tools on the turns where the Nemesis is not tangible. I'm not going to do it. Not when you expect it. Alright, Birdface now, whenever you play a power, heal 3 HP, courtesy of the Magic Flower, increasing it by 50%. Angle is actually upgraded, now does 1 more damage, goes from 5 to 7. Still garbage, but you know. Feed. Nope. It's probably too late for us to really utilize a feed quite effectively in this deck. Taking it anyway. The thing that made me take it there is because the upgraded feed heals you, gives you 4 max HP, but it also heals you for 4 HP so that you're like scale up with the max HP in a 1-to-1. But that is affected by Magic Flower. So while your max HP goes up by 4, you heal by 6. Man. Had to be frail. 25, rough. Alright, see what we can get done here. We'll exhume that Offering. Drop the Madness. Now we can shrug it off with ease. There we go. That's the Evolve. Thank you very much. We'll also put a Wound back on top of the deck. So The Warcry, this is actually why I took it as well. The Warcry just drew 2 cards. One of them was a status, right? So that's already drawn. If I put something back on top of my deck, including a status, like even if I put this Dazed back on top of my deck, right? It'll then draw that Dazed and then trigger the draw again. Because I've drawn 2 Dazed through the course of that single card. It's real cool. I don't want to lose the the feed. Should just finish the fight though. No. Beautiful. Sure, make both of those cost 0. That's really important to do because emptying my hand before I play the offerings are going to give me 5 cards, but I've also got a Centennial Puzzle, so every time, the first time rather, I lose HP in each combat, draw 3. So we're going to draw 8 from the offering itself, exclusively. That's pretty ridiculous. Now, extremely unfortunately, the Evolve is still in our deck, which is actually kind of annoying. So now I'm going to try and empty my hand enough so that I can play this Exhume. Now I've got my offering. Beautiful. And then play every non-aggressive card I can. And then every aggressive card, because look at the damage that they do. Because we played 17 cards this turn. If we could play a total of 2 more cards now, then we would actually get the combo score modifier at the end of the game. Unfortunately, we could not. Calipers is holding onto a ridiculous amount of block for us right now. Thank you, Calipers. Goodbye forever. Mercury Hourglass at the start of your turn. Deal 3 damage to all enemies. A Dex Potion. That's still probably better than a Weakness Potion for us. Sharon's Ashes. Whenever you exhaust a card, deal 3 damage to all enemies. We also got a Pain in the deck there because I'm an idiot and I forgot that I was supposed to not open chests. But Sharon's Ashes is really good, so, you know. Maybe it was worth it. I'm really not intending on getting back through my deck another time to use that feed. Like, this is a race. And I'm gonna win. Yes, I'm gonna win. Oh, crumbs. I'm gonna take 2 damage here due to that Orb Walker in the back line. There goes my perfect. Yep, I'm gonna take a lot of damage in this fight. Thanks. Oh, ouchie. That pain is really bad. Dreamcatcher, whenever you rest, you may add a card to your deck. And Feel No Pain. Beautiful. Whenever a card is exhausted against its block. Now, that's actually really, really good on top of this Calipers. Because it means that while I exhaust the whole hand, I'm going to get a ridiculous amount of block. And then the Calipers will make sure that I don't lose it. Let's lift. With a Fiend Fire that hits a ridiculous amount of times, lifting is just going to be huge for us. You can already see Feel No Pain triggers a bunch of the time for us. And it's only going to start triggering more and more. Oh, man. Especially with the Dazeds in our deck. Heck yeah. Alright. Block potion. Yeah, probably not. Another elite. Don't mind if I do. Okay. Pretty reasonable cards to burn there. Does a hell of a lot of damage, gets me a hell of a lot of defense. I can only see benefits. Every time we play a card with Pain, by the way, we're actually triggering the self-forming clay to give us 3 block the turn after as well, so it's not all bad. It is mostly bad, but it's not all bad, but it is, again, I super need to stress this, mostly bad. Dead Branch, whenever you exhaust a card, add a random card to your hand. You know what? Freaking hell, let's do it. Corruption! Kills, skills cost 0 whenever you play a skill exhausted. Alright. Alright, it's time for this to become a complete clown fiesta. This is now just ridiculous. Let's get to that corruption, please. If I could get one more relic. Oh boy. I'd be the happiest boy this side of the equator. Alright, and then... I mean... The Fiend Fire is making this less flashy. Because I don't even get to see my hand refill. Second corruption, just so I draw into it earlier. No, we'll take the offering. It's a fun idea, though. Okay. Oh, there's the Fiend Fire. I'm actually going to Fiend Fire literally immediately. And the primary reason for it is because Pain is in my hand. Oh no, but I can play a card and then I'll draw a bunch of cards due to Pain. Yeah, that's what I do first. I think I might actually be able to kill the back line here. Hang on. Obviously, it depends on my follow-up draw here. Interesting, interesting. Well, unfortunately, I didn't get any defense in that follow-up draw, so I'm not going to be able to kill the back line. But I can kill basically everything else. Yeah, get more powerful. See if I care. Oh, look at me shake. Now, let's get that Fiend Fire back out of our deck, because that seems like it might be important in the future. Oh, look, it's the new Immolate. We finally got to use it. Hell yeah. I'm trying to save myself from using the Fiend Fire here, if at all possible. Looks like I did. Oh, never mind. We got another Fiend Fire. Thanks, game. Thanks, game. Okay. Then there's those. Now I got the Thunderclap. And then we'll burn that one to get more cards. Oh, no. It's too many cards. What am I going to do with all of them? Well, let's exhaust a bunch of them. Limit Break, don't mind if I do. Ah, finish him. Oh, I didn't even play 20 cards that turn. I probably still haven't got combo. We didn't manage to perfect the boss, though. Yeah, 972. I figured that probably wasn't going to get a ridiculous score. We didn't perfect any of the bosses. We didn't get combo. Also, due to the small, like the specific discrete hits that were done rather than a specific large hit, we also did not manage to pick up Overkill. A lot of our bonus came out of the fact that we hunted elites on every single floor. So that's why I went for elites on the final floor, by the way, because every elite you kill is worth 30 on the final floor. Perfecting an elite, no matter what floor, is only worth 25. So at least fighting it is still worth something for you. For the moment, though, that was a really fun deck. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. I can't believe I forgot that. Wow. Good lord. For the moment, hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.